Yeah! Well, now the gavel's calling. Let's get this session started. Hey, folks, grab a seat. It's time to get the scoop. Bakers in session, serving justice with a whoop. From sunny Cali courts to the heartland's dusty halls, we'll spin the yarns of trials big and small. Oh, Baker in session, tales old and brand new. Some make you laugh, some will leave you in a stew. Gavels dropping beats, witnesses take the stand. Join the fun, y'all, across this great land. Hey. Classic papers like OJ or that moonshine bust. Fresh headlines steaming hot. In Baker we trust. Murder in the Midwest, scams down south so sly. We'll break it down with grins, no need to cry. East Coast embezzlers, West Coast wild rides. Supreme Court showdowns where the big shots collide. From petty thefts to plots that twist and turn, Baker's got the stories that'll make you learn and burn. Oh, Baker in session, tales old and brand new. Some make you laugh, some will leave you in a stew. Gavels dropping beats, witnesses take the stand. Join the fun, y'all, across this great land. Famous folks in hot seats, underdogs who win. We'll cheer the verdicts, dive right in. Coast to coast adventures in the name of the law. Baker's here to share it without a single flaw. Hit subscribe, don't miss the legal ride. Baker in session where the laughs collide. Hey, how we roll.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what, if any, you might be, and welcome to Unity number, whatever number we are on, and the Goodmans. Happy birthday. So glad that you spent a little bit of it with us, and can I say, I never thought 23 could look this good. And as you can tell by the name, we are going to go to one of the greatest YouTube. I would probably say the greatest YouTuber in the land. Maybe not even in the land, in the world. You might know her. I know you love her. Her name is the Trailer Trash. The Twisted Trash. Trailer Twist. Yes, Trailer Twist. It's the Temu version of Taylor Swift. Less talent, less intelligence, probably the same shitty breakup stories you get with good old Tay herself. And any of my Rumble, I can't figure out how to. I'll try and figure out Rumble later. This program is not really working with all of this. I don't know if any of you were watching the good old Will DeClara yesterday. He was covering the Twisted. Oh, and thank you, Goodman, for gifting. Now I can close this because it doesn't work. The Goodman's gifted a membership to Messy Nessie, who was lucky enough to receive a gifted membership. I like that I can pull it up, but I don't like that it doesn't clearly indicate that there's a membership. It's just streamer problems. Don't worry about it. Je suis un idiot. I'm still awake. Vacation started at 4:30, off to Florida in the morning. Well, lucky you. So you are in the Great Britons. Have a nice, safe trip and stay away from Florida people, alligators, snakes, iguanas, sharks, Florida people, tree houses, all the other stuff that will kill you if you stray off the given path in Florida. I was just about to go to bed. Damn you. Now I got to fight my sleepiness. Well, Ham Sandwich Justice, you don't have to be here. I'm glad you are. You didn't catch this show. Well, Will was doing a show about twisted tragedies and her absolute meltdown and her, I don't know if you might know her or you might not know her. Twisted Tragedies is the welfare queen of Canton or wherever she lives, Massachusetts. And she is famous for saying things like, I am smarter than Dave Yannetti. I know more about the law than Mike Betterow. And because she is a Thunder KUNT, she's also famous for copyright striking my channel because she's so dumb she doesn't understand what copyright law is. In copyright law, there is a thing called fair use, which would say that as long as I use but transforms and changes her product, I'm free to use it as long as it's not the core of my problem, my programming. I am allowed to use her content, like I did back when I did a 90-minute show laughing at her stupid takes, and I only spent 30 of her minutes on it while talking over it and saying she's a retard, because I mean that in the words where it's less than 70 IQ. I really think she's too dumb for her own good. She copyright struck me. I had to fight with YouTube for 6 days. And they said, well, it's a fake copyright strike and it got taken away. She forgot to brag about that like she did when she said, I copyright striked him because he was mean. That's not what copyright is, you dumb. So she is approximately the worst person in the world on the free Karen Reed, anti-Karen Reed side. She used to be a very big supporter of Aiden. Then he called her out for being a grifter. Hey, don't hate on the grift. And then she got very anti-Aiden. And now she has a program that instead of Twisted Tragedies could be Turtle Boy Daily News, because she has no content other than talking about how bad Aiden is and how he's going to prison, even though she's so dumb she doesn't understand that anything she says about the law is really, really bad and is in no way gonna happen. $10 from Sandy D. Hey everyone, so glad I caught alive. This is gonna be a good one. Well, I hope it's gonna be at least a passable one. We never know where this is gonna go. Baker at night. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. Most times I am kind of sleepy and I'll go somewhere weird because my brain is working. The wishlist episode was great. Yeah, she's also known for having wildly inappropriate wishlist because we are all grifters. Everyone who has a YouTube channel, no matter how you want to say it, being a YouTuber, you are a grifter because you want one more view, you want one more viewer, you want one more subscriber. Please do all the things. You do that. You don't mind when someone like Sandy gives you a super chat or someone like the Goodmans give you a membership because it kind of keep your show going. So we are all grifters. I just don't take it as a negative as most people do. But this woman, if I was to make a wish list, it should be something that has something to do with the show. I got a new kitchen machine, a mixer for my birthday last year. Thank you all so very much. I stopped doing the wish list because I have no needs. I got a Stream Deck, I got a new keyboard, and that's why I stopped doing the wish list, because then I got a G.I. Joe figure and I got a bobblehead. I think that's, and I didn't have anything else. Now, if it'll happen that I'll be lucky enough that I can find that house that I want to, so I can move closer to my daughter, yeah, maybe I need something for a new studio and I can put that on a wish list. But her wish list was bathing suits. Stuffing her into a bathing suit would probably kind of be like me being in a bathing suit. Trust me, you don't want to see all that jiggle jiggle. My body don't bend, it jiggles. That was a rap song that I made different. She put underwear for her kids. She put toiletries. She put shots glass. She put tents on it. And then she said something I need for my show. That was nothing she needed. That was like a shitty web camera that even if she got it, it would have been 10 years too old. She puts in $200 gift cards and Uber rides and shit like that. She is the LawTube equivalent of, I don't know if any of you know Dark Side Phil. He's a very famous YouTuber who covers, well, most of it is just him talking and people throwing money at him to get him mad, which is a good grift. And he on stream once. Don't talk about it. He didn't know his camera was on, allegedly. But this woman is a grifter in the worst meaning of the word. I don't even think I could put her in the grift school because she's just a parasite. She has no content, she has no brain, and all she does is whine about why people should pay her more. She needs some spanks. I think, oh, look, Jim. Oh, Jim is having a good night. Yes, I need all the Legos. Oh, now I did it. I need all the Lego, but I'll take and buy my Lego out of the super chats and stuff like that. It's fine. I am blessed. I am more than blessed. Plevins ended up being the smartest of that lot, bailing out the minute things went south, which is good away. Which is not much, but it's so weird it happened. I don't know how bad Kevin's health is. I hope that he's better. I know he's been having a lot of problems with his health, but he could tell what happened because we could see it on our side as well. The Karen Reed stuff is dried up. You can go in and you can touch some Karen Reed whenever there's. Yesterday there was another officer, another DA who excused himself and stopped working, and you can talk about that for 5 minutes. But Karen Reed is now becoming a dead horse. You can't have a channel that sits every day and does Karen Reed stuff because there is not Karen Reed stuff enough to do every day. You can try and do some exposés. Marbury v. Madison does a lot of great work, gets a lot of FOIA requests, gets a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Then you can kind of cover that. But it's just not enough to be a Karen Reed channel anymore. As I have shown you in 2 videos, this is why we have all of the drama. This is why there will be no unity. The dream that all of us will be back being friends is a lie. The reason we were together, worked together, streamed together, talked nice about each other was we all had a common goal: free Karen Reed. Karen Reed is free. And when the glue is gone, unity disappears. And sadly, that's what happened. But it happens every time there's been a big case. The Johnny Depp case, everyone was friendly because, hey, we were covering Johnny Depp. Then the Depp case ends. You'll try and beat the horse to take another 2 rounds in the, I don't know what that's called. And then it's gone. And either you can shift or you will have to stick and just become kind of a parody of what you was because you are not able to transition. And that's actually one of the things that the big problem with Twisted. She has no content other than I hate Aiden. And that's why she has to get into all these shit fights, because she's just too dumb. Plevin tried to become a cold case something. Sorry, I don't watch this shit. Didn't do it before, won't do it now. But I hope he's doing better. The only story that has legs is Lindsay, and I'm talking about legs for days. She doesn't look that tall, but I bet you when you have to all the way to the top, they are long enough. But I'm still bidding for you to get together. I think a complete review of the trial would survive. Well, you can do a complete review of the trial. You can take all the combined 14 weeks of trial. You can do a run next year. You can sit and say, okay, or you can do the, hey, let's break down where everything went wrong. But the 100,000 people that would turn in daily to watch Karen Read are gone. There will be 5,000-10,000 people out there who will, and that's great numbers. I have 140 here. I don't do shit. Please like, subscribe, blah blah blah. YouTube. So you can do some reruns, or you can do some great stuff like microdots and break down stuff. But back in the day, I turned on my camera and I said, "Oh, today in the Karen Read case, we found out there was enough snow to track a cat," and I had 90 minutes of a show. Bingo bango, out to tango. And then an hour later, the young jerks could go and say, "Hey, did you hear today there was enough snow to follow a cat?" 90 minutes, bingo bango, out to tango. And then Aiden could come on and say, "You don't know it, but I know. Snow can cover cats." 90-minute show. And that's the thing. Everyone could kind of do it. Everyone wanted to see if anyone had something new, or if someone had a good way of saying it. And it's just not there anymore. We tried to keep the band together doing the Fitzsimmons. But again, people's number went this way and the drama goes this way. Oh my. Is it finally going to happen, Grant? I hope so. Well, Plevin gave us the greatest quotes in 21st century, the face of Irish poverty. I'm so sad that his book is unreadable, because there's so many great things in that book where you're just thinking, what? When I read it, I had to put a timer for 45 minutes, and I had to read for 45 minutes. I would make myself a cup of coffee. I would put out the copy, put a timer on, and I had to read for 45 minutes. If I didn't put the timer on, I would be constantly making notes in the margin. I had a mod who was reading it at the same time as me, and we were both, what the hell's going on? It's one of the best mistakes ever made in written history. Do they got Krusties where you're from? Krusty, Kate Peters, we probably have them, but we're just not as public about them. It was Cardi B's cat. Oh my, I know what that is. That's the Puss Puss. Hey, Andrew Mounier. I mean, Mounier, doesn't that mean candle maker, candle lighter, enlightenment, something like that? The audio version isn't him, so it's a lot more trollable. No, because it's still stupid things that he puts in there. You are muted, Boomer. But I've been ranting for 20 minutes. It's just because I love you so much. I want to talk about it. I don't know if y'all saw this today. As I said, Will had a stream yesterday, and Twisted, I don't know if she took it down or she banned him, but he couldn't show it all of a sudden. And then she does the, hey, domestic Will, if you think little old me is content, then you are pathetic, lol. And I have to agree with her. if oh sorry, I need something to do this. Have to get in the mood. Now can I just me 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 EBTBTBT. Wah, wah, wah. Coffee from Dunkin's. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. I had a bad week last week. Send me money, money, money. I think I am in the right mind frame now to read this. Dear domestic Will, if you think little old me is content that you are, then you are pathetic, lol. Doing you boy the sewer turtle. I'm so funny, I call him sewer turtle. Sewer turtle's dirty work like a good little bitch boy is cute. Lol. Do you get treats when you are a good little simp? Does he throw you a bone? Someone once threw a bone at me. I was trying to ask if they wanted to go to prom with me, and they tossed a bone right in my face and said, maybe you can get a date with this one because you look like a bitch. Talking about a female dog, of course, YouTube, not a lady. You should be more worried about moving out of mommy's basement before she has to flashbang you like the cops did. Guess who got Will? Of course, we're talking about a woman who still owes her previous landlord tens and thousands of dollars, I believe it is. A woman who allegedly is living in some subsidized housing, either some immigrant hotel or whatever it is. A woman who I believe is also at the same time as she is raking in the dough. I saw someone send her $100 super chat one day. Is on welfare checks. I hope the IRS is that she claims all the income she has when she gets a pair of underwear for her kid, when she gets a new I'm So Hot bikini. Remember, even though it's not monetary valued, if it's something that someone gives you because of your YouTube show, I would check with my accountant because most likely it'll have the monetary value would have to be taxed as income. That's how we do it in Denmark. I'm not sure how you do it in America, but there's a high likelihood that the IRS will see it that way. That landlord owns at least a lot of meat, not the deli roll meat, hopefully. Well, who isn't owing $50,000 in back rent? Come on now, you make it sound like it's a lot. I thought you were going to say she was living in sin, but that works too. I'm not. To live in sin, it means that you need to have a soul. And I'm not sure this woman has a soul. This woman does nothing but sit and beg all of you to pay her for something she doesn't do. She's a shit content creator, and her only content is I hate Aiden streams. She has nothing else. If why the hell did this? It did do it. Yeah. All she has, if you go through her timelines that we're not allowed to go through because it's not content. Turtle Boy, Oh, just her face alone. Low blows and family attacks. Why they can't win with the truth? They go gross when they can't win with truth. Um, Turtle Boy, Twisted Tragedies, Monday Morning Shenanigans, Turtle Boy, Twitter Live Chat Reacts, Turtle Boy, Post Halloween, Turtle Boy, Turtle Boy, Turtle Boy, Turtle Boy, Turtle Boy. Oh, and Nan Gallagher, which also has to do with Turtle Boy. Everything on her channel, Turtle Boy, Turtle Boy, Turtle Boy, Turtle Boy. This disgusting woman, and I'm using the word woman in the loosest of terms, has nothing to do on the YouTube other than shit on Aiden because she has no talent. And now she's going after the Clara because, hey, um, you made use and made fun of my content. So now I'm attacking you because I can't handle criticism. Imagine looking that much like a hippopotamus in a cheap gaming chair and you can't handle someone is dissecting your content while at the same time the only thing you have on your platform is I'm going to shit on Aiden. Isn't it funny that this horrible person has nothing else? Why is it always the ones who scream the loudest who cry the loudest as well? It's just baffling to me that that's all she can do. She has nothing. And she sits every day and talks about how all of us have no content and use her for content. No, we dip in because you're dumb. I was trying to, you all probably saw the clips of her video yesterday where when she found out Aiden, even though I heard on her show, Aiden is going to be in trouble in New Jersey. They have different laws. Better Row isn't going to be there. I know stuff. I talked to whoever that crazy t-shirt lady is. Oh, I can't say that. Now I'm going to get a restraining order. You can't say anything online anymore. I heard on her show that Aiden was done. And 45 minutes later, she was almost crying on screen because, again, she was an idiot and Aiden didn't go to prison. This person is probably the. I think she's dumber than Krusty, and she's worse than Krusty because Krusty at least can take the hits. Probably because she's kind of thick skinned, just like me. We don't feel it the same way. But Krusty can take the punches. Krusty doesn't care because Krusty's not going to change. But this little slob with her 80s German porn star makeup is constantly crying about everyone else using her for content when all her content is shitting on other creators and lying to her audience about I know truth, I have contacts. She did yesterday. It took her 4 minutes to start her show. That's nice. um, and what did she start with? 5 minutes talking about how to gift her money because last week was down. But she's making fun of the Clara and saying he should move out of mommy's basement. Well, honey, maybe you should just pay for your last basement. How does Aiden fit in her pea-sized brain? Well, he fits inside her melon-sized head. There's enough room because there's not a lot of brain. She goes after the Clara for the same reasons the moth do. He's a bright guy. Yeah, and it's so easy when you have good content you can lean on. Lean on me. Yeah, this is her show. Turtle Boy bad, donate. Oh, maybe you need to put more donate in there. Donate T, donate B, donate bad, donate, donate, donate. Mama had a bad week last week. Someone posted a video of her learning Turtle Boy's New Jersey PO was dropped on the Twitch thread. So funny. Yeah, I was looking for it earlier, but I thought I had it earmarked, but I no, that's not that. Well, I do have. This is older stuff, but goody stuff because we can always use a little Elise because German corn stars doesn't look like German corn stars used to do in the 80s, and us older guys who might have gotten our nature movie upbringing back in the early 90s, we just like this look.
Person and that person has a harassment order on. You're an attorney. You have now breached confidentiality and your duties as an attorney. Now, maybe she was unaware of her duties. That's weird. To be an attorney and be unaware of your duty to a client, even if it's not a client that's signed paperwork yet, it's a potential client. They're asking for legal advice, okay, which is very clear on the recording. You do have a duty as an attorney to not breach that. And not only did she breach that, but she helped in harassing Donna, knowing exactly what he would do with it. So she conspired as a third party to harass a woman who called for legal help, okay, which makes it even worse, all right? It makes it even worse, right? Imagine if you, right, as women, right, say you're getting a divorce and you call an attorney and you leave a message, you need legal advice, and your husband is calling around attorneys, or your soon-to-be ex-husband is calling around attorneys and calls that exact attorney. Can you imagine that attorney turning over your voicemail and any information you left on it to your soon-to-be ex-husband? This is why the rule exists for all attorneys. The person.
These are the legal hot takes that you can only get at Twisted Law LLC. Absolute nonsense what she just said. You can talk about the ethics in Nan turning over a voicemail recording that has a full phone number in it. I muted that part when I played that. But you don't have a duty to a potential client. There is no obligation just because you call my voicemail. That would be the same to say, hey, I left you a message on the Twitch saying I want to hire you. And a few other problems I know this Brainiac didn't look into, and that most of her other Brainiacs didn't look into. Nan is not doing that type of law as far as I'm told. I believe she is doing medical malpractice or family law or something like that. It has nothing to do with that. So to take your analogy, and I'm not taking your anal, I'm just taking your analogy. Ew. I could just imagine the dingleberries down there. This would be like a husband calling insurance companies because he's getting a divorce. Why would you call someone who is not doing the type of law that you're looking for? Why wouldn't you do your due diligence and say, Nan Esquire, personal injury law, let me call her for restraining orders? No, you only called her because you knew she was in the Turtle Boy orbit, and you could then feed it on to your ratchet hoe ass friend, the Twist. The lady who, if Aiden, let's just say Nan had agreed to take her on as a client because they saw that Nan and Aiden, and there was a lot of blah blah going on. So they thought, hey, let's get Nan, and then we can get an insight into Aiden's circle. That's why you did it. You would have had zero problem sharing anything confidential if this had to do with Nan being a lawyer for someone going against Turtle. Because you are a fat hypocrite, you are now sitting here saying, oh, she has ethical obligations. I even think that she talked about riding the bar. I don't know if yeah, it's annoying. Well, this is why you come to this channel. I'll give you the full experience. Nan is doing medical. Yeah, she's not the one you call. Whose ex-husband was she referring? It was just an analogy. It wasn't. Yeah, that's bad shit in her eyes. Comes with the crazy. She does have some very crazy eyes. So we're calling the girls at the glass slipper strippers now. Her face was so red, it looked like it got de-rusted with turpentine and a Scotch-Brite pad. Oh, if anyone has it, please send it, tag me in it, send it my way. Hey, Melly. She explains how she used Google Play points to send super chats. Oh yeah, I was listening to that. I'm not going to play her show because, again, that KUNT has copyright strike me, even though there's nothing illegal in any of what I was doing or the Glare was doing, but because she has thin skin. So I'm not going to play it. But yeah, she was talking about how if you play online games, you will get some Google Play points that you can then convert into super chats and super thanks. She did that 2 seconds after begging for money because last week was a bad week. I think my last week was pretty good. I don't know. I get a paycheck once a month and I say gracias mi amigas y mi amigos. Because if you sit every day and think about, did I catch the number I wanted to catch today, you're going to hate being a streamer because there's a lot of days where I do 8 hours of streaming for $20. But that's not what it's about. It's having fun with all you people. But she's sitting there talking about, I have no money. You really need to super chat me now. And especially if you can go around YouTube because YouTube takes too much of the money. Never mind that money actually pays for the platform that you're sitting on right now. She's talking about how she can only put in 200 characters in her I'm begging banner. By the way, enjoy my I'm begging banner. Nightbot will drop links now and again, but that's just not me. But the second after she talks about how she has no money, she talks about that Google Play system. And she talks about, hey, if you buy something for games and you do stuff like, girl, you have a $10 coffee at your side at every show. And now you're telling me you're playing online games for money because you're buying skins or packs or whatever, even if it's for your kid. Stop doing that. That is one of the worst things that you can is start to do the pay to play thing online. It's more addicting than gambling, and it's designed just to get more money out of you. This is why all the bells and whistles, oh, you can get double this for this and that. So if she gets enough Google points that she can send a $5 super chat, she probably spent $500 on buying some shitty things in an online game that has no value. Instead of buying underwear to her kid, well, mama needs some relaxation time. No, mama needs to pay her rent and get herself out of subsidized housing. That's what mama need. And if your kid want to play games, there's a lot of free games out there, and you tell them no when they ask you for the new Fortnite skin or whatever they are asking you for. I'm not saying you can't give them toys, but if you spend so much money that YouTube is or Google is willing to give you a kickback, well, believe you me, it's kind of like when those online casinos says, well, we're going to match your first $1,000 with $1,000 buy-in. Yeah, it's because it's predatory. You get stuck in there and you will lose money. Trust me, Google don't give you nothing. Google steals from you and gives you a little tiny bit back that you can't use for anything real other than potentially send someone a super chat. And if you send someone a super chat, do we think that Krusty Panties wouldn't be sending herself a super chat if she could? She's not giving anyone any money. She's all about her. The wonderful Ray from Dallas. You were live just as I went to bed last night. Everyone, go check out Ray. Ray is the truth, spelled with one F. And the funny thing is, his Texas accent and my Danish accent says the truth the same way. But go check out Ray from Dallas, another man who is kicking it in them streets and doing great streams. If you like a little rougher take on some stuff, you need more jingles, my friend. I'm just saying, some of these times that guy singing in the car, it starts to get to me. You need some new jingles, but great stuff. I deserve a banner. I can make a banner. Now I have a banner. I have a begging banner. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I wouldn't. Predatory is effing right. The right word for it. So much crap it gets people into, and it's that never-ending money machine. I never played Fortnite. I'm too old to play first person shooters. But they will sell you these quarter packs and year packs and stuff like that. So you pay $60 to get the base game, and then you pay maybe $120 to get all the bells and whistles. I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day. It got way too expensive. But it's really addicting. It's kind of like being a YouTuber. Some days I can't stand seeing my camera and my chair because I spend so many hours in them. But if I don't stream, I feel, oh, I really want to stream. You get the ants under your skin, and you're, and it's the same because online gaming is an addiction. You will get into, well, I'm just going to play 5 more minutes, because they construct all of this so it'll get you addicted. And that's why some of the worst games you can play are those mobile games, because it's just money machines. And if you're dumb enough that you think you get free money from Google, you're too dumb to have your own credit card. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's just get a few more, get some jiggle or something. If it ain't free, it ain't for me. Well, I don't mind playing. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna go play something, because that's my way to de-stress. I'm gonna sit here for an hour and play some video games or something while I'm working on some stuff beside of it. But I buy a game and I play a game. Maybe sometimes I'll buy a DLC if it's on sale. But again, I don't get cashbacks because I don't spend so much money that they think, hey, let's pretend we're giving them money. I've never heard about Google Play Points, never. But it might be real. But I would like to see the exchange rate. I know the exchange rate for one view on YouTube. That's roughly 0.005 cents. No, dollars, sorry. $0.005 per view on YouTube. How much money do you need to spend to get $5 back then? Why do you think they are doing this chat point BS? Chat point. Are you in Canton, Sallyport? Because I just noticed your room is mirrored. No, I'm using a new streaming program, and that to me it looks normal. Everyone else it looks inverted. But yes, I had Maureen Colleen set up my stream. Did you guys hear Caleb Schellinger, the Norfolk County ADA, quit? Another one bites the dust. Yes, and I was yesterday. I was talking. I wasn't talking. I was writing on a text on the Twit because Marbury v. Madison is doing the Lord's work, trying to get all of this FOIA, and they keep throwing all the spanners in the work. I said, you have to tell us if you need us to try and raise some money or something. I would be more than happy to do whatever I can, trying to get some people together and find some money, because we all use her FOIA releases to make content on. So why the hell should we try and raise some money so she doesn't have to go out of pocket with all of these requests? But she said, if I need it, I'll reach out to you. And I think that's more than fair, instead of just doing the Elise thing and said, no, you can just send me money. I don't want to do the work. Oh, yeah. If you're not paying for the product, you are the product. That's the good old Facebook thing. Procter is going to take out half of the NCDA and MSP. I think so. Was it 17 cases that potentially is affected by the new leaks from Procter? And I think a lot of people kind of misunderstand the Procter leaks. There are the originals. The one the Karen Reed case had the Procter leaks for. And then we have the new one. Apparently, the new ones are worse than the ones we saw in the Karen Reed stuff. But the stuff we saw from the Karen Reed has already been, there's been bad enough stuff in there to be turned over. And then we got the really bad stuff, the ones where he didn't curate what he was saying. And that is going to be very interesting when, imagine having to call him in the Brian Walsh case and talk about why Anna Walsh's intimate photos was shared with his college buddy. Imagine him coming in and have to explain why he called Miles King something less than pleasant about people who had more melatonin than I do. You don't want that, because then you're going to have an OJ trial. You're going to have a, well, I haven't seen in the Miles King and the Walls deep enough, but you have very high potentially guilty people who might walk just because your lead investigator is an asshole. That's what happened in OJ. Berkowitz's son resigned from the Canton PD. I haven't heard that one yet. The ones where it's rumored he dropped some very hard ass. I've seen some people out there claiming they know what's in them. I don't believe that. I'm sorry to say. I'm always the one gonna rain on everyone's parade. I don't believe that anyone have seen the content of them, other than the lawyers, the police union, and potentially the judges. And I am pretty sure if Rosemary Scapiccio has it, she ain't singing. So I saw someone say, oh, how was it they said it yesterday? It was it Proctor's wife who had told someone something? And I'm thinking, now we're getting too much into the weeds, because why the hell would Proctor's wife talk to someone? Or it was the lawyer of Proctor's wife or something. That's why I'm always saying trust but verify. Trust by verify. Trust by verify. I only believe it's 17 out of the 19 cases, as far as I've read it. The Pee Wee Herman looking dude that rolled all up in Brennan's behind doing his own court reporting for appeals. Oh yeah, that's the guy who's yeah, it was the appeals lawyer who left, and now it's back to Lally and McLaughlin to run that show. 17 not including Third Boy. Better Rose, next motion's coming. Can I just say I'm a little disappointed in AJ. I watched her. I watched him. It's because I have another friend who's called AJ Alternate Juror. Wonderful channel. Check it out. But AJ was on Defense Diaries podcast, I believe. No, he was on the show. Can't remember which one it was. He was on almost 2 weeks ago, and he said the charges against the 13 people we are gonna pull into the civil suit is days, if not hours, away, and we still haven't heard anything. So I'm a little. Come on now, get it out and start moving. That's a little criticism. Don't go out there. You have a very volatile internet ready to go, 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 go. We want some content, and justice served. Yes, justice served. That's wonderful channel. You should also check them out because they are really good lawyers and they're fun and they have some very good guests on. And but they had AJ on, and he promised that, as I understood it, it would have been 2 weeks ago. Of course, like the Mega Motion, you need to change this, you need to change that. But then don't come out and say it's very, very close. Just say we are still working on it, putting the finishing touches, and you won't want to miss this when it comes out there. Yeah, but when you just tickle the balls, you're kind of Lindsay Gattani saying, I'm going to drop everything and just wait, just join my Substack. And like I had to say yesterday on the Twitch thread, Lindsay Gattani is a left-handed tuck job. It's never quite right, and you will never be to completion. You guys know what I'm talking about. So that's my thing with Lindsay, because as Grant knows, you will get no explosion with her. She'll tease, and in the end, there is no evidence of anything. So don't become a Lindsay Gattani where it's just and you know that unenthusiastic. You can also be too enthusiastic, but that weird one where okay, it's been a long time. I can do that. You don't want it. You want someone who does all the birthday stuff. Linda insinuated she might be Aiden's lawyer for the next New Jersey case with Paul's side piece. Interesting. I had heard that there was a surprise coming in that case with who potentially was his lawyer, but I didn't know that it could be her. Interesting. But I believe she has commented on it on YouTube, so I don't know if there's any ethical thing. I don't know if there should be, because no, there shouldn't. Better Row also commented on Aiden before that. It's imminent almost. Yeah, but don't say it's imminent, because then it's kind of like ladies, close your ears. Guys, when we were younger and we were going to the movie theater and your hand accidentally strayed from the popcorn button and she didn't say anything and she didn't remove the hand, and you thought, oh, I'm home free. When in reality, she just didn't know it, and then she ends up slapping your hand. You don't want that, because you get all excited, and then you want to at least just get near the tuna can before she slaps you. Janetti was just on as well. He wants Mexiest man of hot mics. Yeah, I saw that. He was very pleased about that. But I think that's cool. Who's not listening? I'm behind, but I play Candy Crush level 16,439. I have not played in a few months now. I kept buying 6 hours free play, lol. My mom did the same. My mom got really addicted to that Candy Crush thing, because it rewards you. And my mom, she had a lot of physical problems, and then she got the big C and stuff like that, so she didn't sleep a lot, and she would just sit and play that game all the time. And they have psychologists working on those little free to play games to make them as addicting as possible. That says everything about it. You never needed anyone. Those days are gone. All by myself. Don't want to be all by myself anymore. What was an accident? Who? Guten Morgen, Helene T. Wie geht's dir heute? I didn't know you were live. I was in the gutters on Roberta Glass's channel losing brain cells. Apparently, a ladder and a pig make premeditated unaliving. Well, follow the Discord, Facebook, or Twitter, and you'll see whenever I'm live. Hello, Jackie in Alabama. No Alabama jokes today. You have to make them Kentucky. The old popcorn trick. Yeah. If she doesn't remove the hand when both of you are going into the popcorn bottle, you are thinking, I'm going to have fishy fingers before this is bad baker. Hello, Kerry from Boston. They give you severe anxiety. The online games? Maybe? I don't know. Shut down. Oh, and the new program is dumb, so it doesn't give me save the super chats. So I missed that Sherry D has been a member for 15 months and a proud contributor to Baker's Grift. Thank you so much, Sherry D, for 15 months. That's almost 2 babies. I have to put it on this one. Thank you so much. Howie show. I'm not sure what we're talking about, but yes. Before we go, does any of you follow Sue from Boston? The lady who I thought she was a little flip-flappy in the first Karen Reed trial. A lot of people said, no, she's really good. And I never really liked her, maybe because she's just always re-texting whatever. Let's hate our opposition today in politics. But this attack she is doing on an independent news source because she claimed they're not good enough. I'm thinking kind of like with our community, that lady, she's losing her mind. She's sitting every day and just trying to figure out why are the business registered somewhere else, not in Massachusetts. Tax laws, have you heard about it? Liabilities, have you heard about it? And who are they? Why are they anonymous? Well, you used to be a reporter, I think. Now you're a commentator and you can't have any opinions about anything. Why don't you look it up? This is the woman who couldn't comment on Aiden's trial because she had been sick. That same day, I counted, she made, I believe, 7 I hate Trump tweets. I don't care if you hate Trump or you like Trump. But if you're in Massachusetts and you're a reporter and Aiden has been connected to one of the biggest cases you have covered in the last, 5 years, why don't you cover that? And why isn't she, if she's so mad that us online idiots gets attention because I'm putting me in the group, but I probably shouldn't be in that group. We are actually trying to bring some awareness to the Sandra Birdsmall, the Kelsey Fitzsimmons, the Karen Reed, the text from Proctor, the who's getting fired from where, FOIA request. All of this is something online sleuths are doing. What is Sue doing? She's sitting there crying that people don't watch the mainstream media. Why? Shouldn't she just be doing her job? There's a reason why you 250 people choose to hang out with me at 1:45 in the morning. It's because you don't want to watch mainstream media, because mainstream media, it's just blah right now. It's not entertaining. It's just, how can we chase the next thing that can potentially give us some donor dollars? And I think this lady, she really needs to figure out that sitting every day writing tweet after tweet about how an independent news site is stealing content and doing everything. Well, do better content. It's going back to Twisted Tragedies, complaining that Will is using her content as content. Well, stop doing shitty content and do your own content. I have been freebasing an hour about nothing. All I had when I started was an idea I wanted to talk about how Twisted Tragedies has thin skin and should shut up and stop being such a crybaby, because she makes everyone else her content but can't handle being content. Well, then maybe she should not be a YouTuber. You can make an hour content of that without having a script, without having anything. Twisted, you should try and make a show that wasn't Turtle Boys mean all the time, give me money. And Sue should probably try and make a show that wasn't, I'm just going to say exactly the same as CNN. Then maybe people would say, hey, Sue is actually good. She's entertaining. But she can't do that. But all she can do is attack online people. Kind of like Twisted attacks Will because he makes better content than she does. He's more successful than she is. He makes more money than she does. And she can't handle that because she is an entitlement queen. And I'm sorry, Sue, so are you. You just have a fancy title, but you want people to love you. You demand people to love you, but you don't want to do the fucking job. You should do that. Sue has been like this her entire career, just useless takes. Yeah. Where's Zach? He's hiding out in your basement, sniffing your used underwear. It's Insomnia Breaker. Don't take it away, Underdog. You are here because you love me. Yeah, I cover those cases minus the drama, but I guess people like drama. Everyone loves drama. I do drama as well. Did she cover? Who's covering? Am I lost? Did I get weird again? I haven't covered Lauren. Who am I? I'm losing something. Thank you, Betsy. Well, I'm not going to the gym. I'm going back and having an hour's sleep, I think. It's still early. No, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I need an hour's sleep before I'm streaming later. I didn't realize Sue was from Canton until recently. Oh, I didn't know that. That makes her not reporting anything more sus. We went through Home Depot. They aren't the issue. As soon as we contacted them with all the issues, they jumped on the contractor. This is why this new guy is driving 2 hours from Denver to fix it. Oh, I'm sorry. Having house trouble is some of the worst things. I don't know what the problem is because I'm not paying attention when I'm ranting. So, yeah. When you can't fight on facts, you fight their character. It's why all the crap from the anti-Reed people. And sadly, if you take a look around right now, you see the exact same thing from the people you used to hang out with. I don't know what side of the coin you fall on in the Karen Reed fallout debacle, but it's exactly the same thing you see from a lot of people. They can't fight you, so they will smear you. I made I think I put it in my last video about online pileups, how you build a pileup so you can attack people. Isn't it funny how me, Aiden, and Will all of a sudden became misogynists? I'm not in their league and I'm not part of all that drama. But you will have people, as soon as you criticize anything or you don't sing the right tune, you're a misogynist. And you ladies all know I hate you. Just plain and simple. I just can't stand women. My two lovely daughters might feel a different way about that, but I just hate women. I learned that on the internet. So attacking my character, maybe you're fat, you're Dutch, you're dumb, all those arguments kind of ran out. So now it's just you hate women. I can't wait till tomorrow where I'm going to my grandson's birthday and I get to be with the two most perfect women in the world, because those are the two women I put into this world and who is just the most amazing thing that you can find on this planet. But I hate them, apparently, because you can't fight what I'm saying, so you're just making me a misogynist. People are really, really dumb out there. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Alabama Amy, thank you so much. Well, my humor is very dry, and some people like it. The Red House Media video on Halloween was hilarious. I don't think I said that. Baker hates women unless you send him risque photos. Well, that's the thing. It's just to put into my I hate you even more now bank. If people would ever do that, I would sit there and say, "Oh, women says, oh my women says." You aren't misogynist. You are anti-Arizona being real, so you got that in your pocket. Well, I can't be anti anything if it's not real. I do hate boobs and nudes. That's the thing. Never ever deviate me any of that stuff. Boobs is probably the worst thing on the planet. That's why I only breastfed for a month. And as you can see, you clearly need to breastfeed more, or you'll grow up and be scrawny. Hello, Sunshine. How are you doing, Money G? I don't hate my boobs, but I dislike how heavy they are. Well, that's why men is around, so you can say, "Can I hold them?" Most men will say, "Yes, please." So no, now it took a turn for the worse again. I have to get out of here now. You all got me thinking about boobs. Do you think Plevin is reflecting and realizing he made many mistakes? No, Plevin made no mistakes. Plevin did nothing wrong. The world did Plevin wrong. I heard him claim that Karen Reed and his publisher was the ones who made his Big C worse. That is a man who has no insight in his own life, because you could just have gotten offline. You didn't have to sit there and stream with racist people, with real misogynists, people who wanted Karen Reed to be hit by a car. You didn't have to sit and do that, Plevin. You could just have turned off your stream. You didn't need all the stress. You lied about the publisher wanting your book out. No, you are the one who contacted that publisher to get a book out. No one was contacting you to get that piece of shit called a book. And I looked at the publisher you used. Trust me, they don't. Well, they might have given you a deadline that you had to follow, but you paid a lot of money to get that book out. I am very sure, because those dime store novels, they come with a price, because you pay how much you want it advertised and how high you want it in the search algorithms. And you can sculpt your forearms if you, yeah, see how it pops. Yeah, that was quite a show. Some people say I should do Twisted Tragedies. I can't get Twisted Tragedies on because she blocked me on Twitter, so I can't reach out to her. So I only have the second best thing is my wig, and now I can put this on. I think with all this talk about boobies, I feel like Lindsay Gattani when she's looking for docking videos. Don't Google what a docking video is, or when she looks at videos about twinks getting by big.
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing?
I know English is your second language, but you don't word
It's
your
my
questions
third,
carefully.
but I'm still better at it than